Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is the recording of the free live Zoom meeting that takes place every Saturday at these times that appears on the screen and on the description as well, with the Zoom meeting link and the Telegram group if you want to join and suggest anything. Today, this will be session number 4. We will discuss the mad Arid and the expected mistakes in both Isti'athah and Basmalah. Let's get started.
All right, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Brothers and sisters, welcome back to this Tajweed program, a live Tajweed program. We thank Sister Neveen for her hard work, mashallah. She's been very active, alhamdulillah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept from her. And thank you so much for being patient with us, for participating, and for those of you who are sharing, we greatly appreciate that. And we hope, inshallah, we have more people in the future. And we hope, inshallah, we can do whatever possible to make it better. With that, I would say, Jazaakumullahu khairan. And we hope, inshallah, we enjoy this very class too. And just for the meantime, I would like to let you know, hopefully, inshallah, I plan to, from next week, to add, have it live on YouTube. So for those people who didn't get a chance to get the link or have any trouble joining, they'll be able to watch it directly on the YouTube, Abuyaasir Institute English. Although I did not post any of the previous one, which inshallah will be coming soon. And Sister Neveen advised me to also put all the links, which I would, inshallah. So be patient with me. I find myself a little bit tired or busy, but I work hard to fix all these issues, inshallah. As we said earlier, with that, Sister Neveen, the room is yours. Jazaakumullahu khair.
So, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is the session number 4, or this is the week number 4. Quickly, we will revise what we did before. We start with the Isti'athah, and we discuss the Tafkhim and Tarqiq. What are the Tafkhim letters? It's Qusta, Daght, and Qid. Other letters will be light, plus the Ra, sometimes heavy, sometimes light. And we discussed already and covered the rules of Ra. And the Lam in the word Allah. Sometimes also the Lam is heavy if the previous word or the letter before the word Allah is Dhamma or Fatha. So the Lam in the word Allah will be heavy. If the previous is Kasra, the Lam will be light. We go through the rules of Ra, the Tarqiq cases, or when we pronounce it light. When the Ra has Kasra, the Ra has Sakin preceded by Kasra, or the Ra Sakin preceded by Sakin, the previous letter is Kasra. We pronounce it light, and this happens in stopping. And the last case, if the Ra Sakin preceded by any type of Ya, this both type, we call it Ya Liniya, the one with Sukun, or the one without any sign, we call it Maddiya. So whenever you see Ya Maddiya or Ya Liniya or any type of Ya, the Ra will be light when you stop. When you stop, and don't get confused, because in one of the classes, when they saw the Ya, they start to do it light. No, if the Ra itself has Dhamma or Fatha, you don't need to check the previous. So we only check the previous letter to the Ra if the Ra itself has Sukun due to stopping or original Sukun. So in this case, we have to check the previous letter. So this is the 4 cases of Tarqiq or the light Ra. The 8 cases of Tafkhim, as we said, we repeat here. So these 3 cases, we repeat the same thing, but with Fatha, then the same 3 things with Dhamma. That's why we said if you remember the order or the sequence here, the 3 will be easy to remember, so you could remember 6 cases of Tafkhim. Ra Fatha, the same like Kasra, but I said Fatha, and then Sakin preceded by Fatha, Sakin preceded by Sakin, preceded by Fatha, and this is when we stop, like this word, Wal Asr. So the Ra will be heavy, but if you carry on in the surah, you will find Kasra. So in this case, we don't need to check the previous. Ra Kasra, that means you pronounce it light. Wal Asri. So Waslan, it will be light Ra or Tarqiq. Waqfan, the Ra will be heavy. The same 3, we'll do it with Dhamma. Ra Dhamma will be heavy. Sakin preceded by Dhamma. Sakin preceded by Sakin, and the previous is Dhamma. This is also heavy. And then the last 2, the Ra Sakin preceded by this Alif with tiny Sad. We said this called Hamzatul Wasl. So if you see any Hamzatul Wasl before Ra Sakin, the Ra will be heavy. Don't pronounce it light. The last case that was little confusing. We said just remember these three conditions, so it will be easy. Ra sakin preceded by kasra, also sakin. Also, you don't need to check the next letter and say this is heavy if the ra has any sign. So we only apply the three conditions when you see ra sakin and the previous is kasra. So in this case, you started to look to the letter after, like this word. So the letter after, heavy letter, and this heavy letter without kasra sign. And in the same word, in this case, if you see the three conditions in the word, the ra will be heavy. So I say وَإِرْصَادَ. And also we read the example from Surah Al-Fajr when we say لَبِالْمِرْصَادِ, the same thing, the ra was heavy. So this would quickly the rules of ra. Then we discuss the lam qamariya and lam shamsiya, or the definite articles in Arabic. That's corresponding to the English the. So in Arabic they are two. The one with sukun, we call it qamariya, and we pronounce it clear, so we call it lam qamariya mudhara. Please, I try to repeat the words in Arabic to memorize it with me, because when you spell the Quran or the ayat in the Quran, I want you to remember this terminology and repeat it until you memorize it. So you see the sukun, you said this is lam qamariya mudhara. If the ra has shadda, or the letter after lam, sorry, has shadda, and the lam itself without any sign, we call this lam shamsiya mudghama. So the red, this is the name of the lam. This is lam qamariya, we call this lam shamsiya. Mudhara, this is the characteristic of this lam, and mudhara means you pronounce it clear. Mudghama means you merge it, means it's not exist and you go direct to the letter after. That's why the lam itself has no sign. The ra after it has shadda, or any, not only the ra, or the lam shamsiya letters will be with shadda due to this merging. So the shadda here, from also notes that I want you to remember, the shadda in Quran are two types. Original shadda, and this is like inna, or when you find the shadda in the middle of word or something, but the previous letter not sakin. So this is original shadda in Quran. And any shadda means, of course, double letter. But if the shadda has sakin before it, the shadda here is not original. It's due to merging. For example, if I wanted to say this word without definite articles, so I will read it Rahman. So the Rahman here, it will be only Ra Fatha, then Ha Sakin. So where is the Shadda? I can't add the Shadda if there is no Lam Shamsiyya. Okay, so this Lam Shamsiyya caused this Ra to have Shadda, because you merge, as we mentioned before. The lam is sakin, you merge it into ra, so it's like the lam moved from the house of the lam place, or from its place, or its house, to the ra place. So the ra become two letters. The ra sakin, which was lam before, then the ra fatha. So that's why we add shadda here, or the ulama add shadda to the merged letter. But if I pronounce the word Rahman or the word Sama, so in this case I will pronounce with fatha, or if the word has dhamma or kasra without any shadda. So this type of shadda, we call it not original shadda. This is incidental shadda due to the merging. Since you drop the letter before you merge it into this shadda, there is no shadda anymore. This is for quickly also review for the lam qamariya and lam shamsiya. Then we discussed the hamzatul wasl. And we said in the spelling, you said hamzatul wasl, this is its name. Tasqut wasla means you drop it if you join the word with any letter before it. Since you put any letter before the hamzatul wasl, this alif with tiny sad, we don't pronounce it. It's not exist. But if you start reading from this hamzatul wasl, we could read it as a, at this example. Nabda biha means we started or we begin this hamza as a sound. And this is in definite articles only. So don't start the hamzatul wasl as fatha with other types. We only pronounce it as fatha with the definite articles, the lam al-ta'rif. And we said, if the word that you are reading, you know from the meaning, or you understand from the tafsir or from the ayah that this is noun, so all the nouns that has hamzatul wasl at the beginning, you start it as kasra. So the famous nouns, and they are 7 that exist in Quran. They are like the word ibn, like we said, Umar ibn al-Khattab. So if we said it without Umar, we say ibn. So we started as kasra, ibn al-Khattab or ibnat. اثنين means two or اثنتين. امرأة means woman or امرؤ. All these type of nouns, you start hamzat al-wasl as kasra. Then the difficult part, if you know that this is verb. So in the verb, only if you make sure that this is a verb, you check the third letter. If the third letter is original Dhamma, because we have other types of, or 5 different types of verb in the whole Quran that their Dhamma is not original. So otherwise, the Dhamma will be original Dhamma. Since it's original Dhamma, like the word that we discussed last time, usjud, this is verb when you order someone or you command someone to do sujud. So in this case, you start it as Dhamma. So the third letter Dhamma, Hamzat al-Wasl will be Dhamma sound. If the third letter Kasra or Fatha, you start Hamzat al-Wasl in the verb with Kasra. Don't say any Fatha with any verb. So Fatha only belongs to the Lam Ta'rif, but the types of the verb, it's either Dhamma or Kasra and no Fatha with the verb. Okay, so till now, I think this is what we covered in the last 3 sessions. Today, we will cover the last rules in the Isti'athah and Basmalah too, and even, I think, 90% from the rules in Quran. The ayat ends with this type of mad, the mad Arid للسكون. So this type of mad, like we, when we say Al-Fatiha, nasta'een, we stretch you, or if you hear the Sheikh, he stretches the eye 4 counts, or maybe 2 or 6, then he pronounces the noon second. So this type of mad, 90% from the rules from this type. All the ending, all the Fatiha ends with mad arid للسكون. Surah Al-Nas ends with this mad arid of sukun. So mad arid للسكون, the word arid in Arabic, to remember it, it's like something happened incidentally. It's not the original sign. Why? Because the original sign in the words that we say it now, nasta'inu or sahuna, as you see, the noon here has dhamma. So this is the original sign for the letter. Sahuna, it's noon fatha. Aqama, the meme has fatha. So this is the original sign. But due to stopping, the Arabs, we said, they always stop with sukun. So the main 2 rules for the Arabs, if they stop on any word, they change the last letter into sukun. If they start reading, they have to start with haraka, with fatha, dhamma, kasr. And that's why we discussed the previous lesson, the Hamzat al-Wasl, because they can't start reading from second letters. So if the second lam shamsiyya or qamariya, they have to put Hamzat al-Wasl. If the types of verb that has Hamzat al-Wasl, you start it as kasra or dhamma, or some nouns it's kasra, but you can't start with second. So they always start with mutaharrik sound, means fatha, dhamma, kasra, and they stop with sukun sound. They can't stop and say nasta'inu and then you stop. There's other type of stopping, of course, we discuss it later, inshallah, in advanced level. But for now, normally we stop with sukun. We call it sukun mahd, means normal sukun on the last letter. So since you bring the sukun here is not original. This is not the original sign. So that's why we said arid lis-sukun, means the sukun is not original. You just put it due to the stopping. So that's why the name of this mad taken from this action, what happened to the last letter. The last letter becomes second, so the mad will be arid lis-sukun. The mad arid lis-sukun, jaiz, the word jaiz means you have option to do it. You could do it 2 counts or 4 or even 6. So 2, 4, 6, don't say 5. There is no 5. And there is no mad longer than 6 in Quran. So the option 2, 4, or 6, and normally we choose the 4. So our reading, most of the reading will be 4 counts. So when the sukun, you put it due to stopping, also the easy way to remember that the sukun here is like very strong person. He won't let the previous mad to be mad tabi'i. So before stopping, this was ya mad tabi'i, the natural mad. Nasta'inu, only 2. When the sukun comes, he won't let the mad tabi'i be mad tabi'i anymore, but the sukun is stronger and will change the mad into mad arid lis-sukun. So because the sukun is stronger, so he changed the name of the mad to his name, lis-sukun. That's why the word there. And jaiz means there is option of 3, 2, 4, or 6. You have 3 options to apply. And you do this only when you stop. So if you stop, as we said, the word for stopping, the terminology that we used, waqfan. So I said these types of word, waqfan, the last letter will be sakin. The second last letter, you apply the mad arid للسكون جائز. And then you said the lengthening, this is the lengthening of the mad. So this red part, the name of the mad arid للسكون. Then جائز means you have three options. Then اثنان means two. أو or. أربع means four in Arabic. أو ست means six. حركات means six vowel counts. So you choose even 2, 4, or 6, and we said we will start, or we choose the 4. So out here means or, so you can't apply 2, 4, 6 at the same time. You apply even 2 or 4 or 6, not all of them. And since you started the 4, for example, you are reading page in Quran and you start to elongate the mad arid 4 counts, don't change it during the reading. Don't change the mad. You can't start the first ayah 2 vowel counts, then the second ayah you make the mad arid, you said it's 4, then the third ayah you pronounce it 6. This is not good in the balance of reading. Okay, so since you start 2, do it 2. You pray and you choose to make all the mad 2 at the end, the mad arid, so keep it 2 until you finish and you do the ruku'. You finish the page and you make pause, or you go to do something, then you resume the reading later, it's okay to change it. So you change it. If you make any stopping or you do something, then you resume later, it's okay. But during the reading or during salah, don't change between the mad arid. Even it's optional and it's okay, but you can't change it in the reading. So in the spelling, when we say it, I hope you practice to say this together. And as we said, I have many videos how to spell with Nur al-Bayan. Practice and memorize how to say it in Arabic. So we said this ياء مد عارض للسكون جائز 2 أو 4 أو 6 حركات. This is very important mad because many ayat in Quran ends with this type of mad. So this is the last rule that we could cover in the both Basmalah and Isti'athah. It's like now and even for the whole Fatiha, because as we said, all the ayat in Fatiha ends with mad arid للسكون. So the last notes that we will say it, and we also discussed it last time, the common mistakes in the Isti'athah. This is, I collect most of the mistakes that I found with most of the students when they read Isti'athah. So number 1, especially with the non-Arab people, they pronounce the ayn as hamza. When I say a'udhu, it's not like when I say a'udhu, a'u, this is u. So if you want to know you're doing ayn or hamza, try to pronounce the both of them. If you have 2 different sounds, that means the ayn is different from your hamza, and this is good. But if you say a'u and the same hamza, you say a'u, so it's 1 sound, a'u, this is 2 hamza, this is wrong. So you keep practice until you could say it u. The makhraj of ayn, or the articulation point of ayn, is in the middle of the throat, and the hamza is deeper than ayn. This is the first difference between them. The second, the ayn is opened. The makhraj itself is not closed. So when you say, like the word, when I say yu'min, the hamza, you make a strong collision and you close the makhraj. But when I say ya'mal, they see the ayn has little running. We call it from tawassut group because it has running sound. So if you practice the ayn sakin and you have this running sound, that means you are in the right place of ayn. You have to hear this running little. Otherwise, if you say ya and you cut it like this, that means you are in the hamza place, and this is not ayn. So keep practice the ayn by keeping this running sound and keep saying this sound. If you cut it and you make it shorter than this, that means you are not in the ayn place. So this is the first note. It takes time because I know the ayn not in the English letters, so sometimes it takes time because we said the letters are like any other muscle in the body. if you ignore it or something, the muscle will be very weak. So the ayn not exist in many languages. So that's why the place or the muscle of the ayn is very weak. So don't say that it's not my language, so I can't say it. No, you keep practice until you make the muscles stronger and you could control it and say the ayn properly like anyone. So no excuse to say this is not in my language. The other things, not circling or rounding the lips with the dhamma. Or in أعوذ has the ayn has dhamma, the waw mad is dhamma, type of dhamma, the dal is dhamma. So we said if we said any dhamma in Quran, we have to circle the lips. So we say we open in the fatha because the has fatha. Then we say أعوذ, أعوذ, and it's not أعوذ, أعوذ. If I didn't circle, the sound will be completely different. So I hope you could feel the difference and feel it when you pronounce it, also when you practice. So if you do wrong movement, the sound of the letter is not the same. So when we pronounce any letter of Quran, we need to know, number one, the makhraj of the letter, the articulation point, but it's not enough. Many know the makhraj, but they can't pronounce the letter properly. We need the sifat or the characteristic of the letters, characteristic like heavy and light. So if you know the makhraj of the sad, but you don't say it saw and you say it, you pronounce it like seen, so that means it's not right. So you have to know the place of sad and the characteristic that you need to do when you pronounce the sad. The sad or some letters has running sound, as we said in ayn. So you know the place of ayn, but you can't do this running, so the letter won't be good. So you have to know the makhraj and the sifat. Third thing, the movement when you do it with harakat. So this is the place of the letter. You know it now. You know how to do the characteristic or the sifat. Is it heavy, light, has running, has air in the letter? All this type of sifat in the letter. Then you do the letters with a proper haraka. If it's fatha, you have to open like this. We said we don't open with a smile. We don't say this caused mistake that called imala. So this sound is not like so this is the proper fatha, and you do this with all the letter. We say ba, la. We don't say la. This is imala. So we say bismillahi. This is type of imala. No, I have to open like this. Bismillahi. So the opening with any fatha will be like this and not with a smile. Then you do the dhamma with circle. So since I finished the I move quickly to the ayn. A'udhu. So since I started the ayn till dal, my lips are circled. A'udhu. Okay. Then if it's kasra, I lower my jaw. Like when we say minash shaytanir rajim, jim, jim. Also from mistakes that I mentioned here. When you move your lips forward with the ta, sheen and jim. When you say minash shaytani, this is wrong movement with the sheen. And when you say rajim, ji, I don't need this. I don't need your teeth to be on each other. No, you need to lower your jaw without exaggerating in the lips. So rajim, jim. So this is the mistakes in sheen, ta, and jim, especially these letters. So when you pronounce any ta, sheen, or jim, or any heavy letters plus sheen and jim, check the movement of the lips and practice in front of a small mirror in front of you. Also pronouncing zal, you pronounce it as zay. Don't say a'uzu. Zu, this is zay letter. This is different. My tip is inside, hitting the plate of the teeth from inside. This is the place of zay, as, but the zal is from here. Zal, dha, and tha, the three letters from the same makhraj, occurs from the tip of the teeth here with the tip of the tongue. And you don't press too much. When I say adh, also from characteristic in zal, dha, and tha, they have rahawa or running sound. So if you say adh, and you can't make this running, that means you pressed too much on the makhraj and you like dropped the sifa of the rahawa or the rahawa in dal, dha. So if you do this, it will be like dal. If I say ad and I press too much, clothing the tongue with the teeth, there is no running sound, so it will be like dal sound. It's not dal. So to practice the dal or dha and tha has practice with running sound on them. As, dal and dha the same, but in dha I raise my tongue from inside and change the direction of the sound to the roof. As we said, this is the mechanism of any tafkhim, but I didn't make any difference in my lips. So the same like the dha is heavier because inside I raise my tongue, but in the movement of the lips I didn't do any movement, especially I do them with sukoon now. The kasra, number 5, the mistake number 5, not itmamul kasr or adam itmamul kasr. Itmamul kasr, when you say a'udhu billahi, this is the proper kasra. If you say billahi, if you focus on the sound of ba, you will find that you said be and not b. So we keep practicing, inshallah, during this series, how to correct your mistakes and your tongue and become accurate with your ear. So at the beginning, you feel you did it right, but you can't feel it properly because your ear not accurate yet. After lots of practicing and we repeat the sound, your ears start to recognize it. And that's why the spelling with Nur al-Bayan is really important. Because when you spell, you say ba, kasra, bi. So your ear hear it. Your ear hear the sound. The sound of ba, kasra is bi. So when you read it in the ayah and you say be, you're supposed to say, no, this is not the right sound because the sound of kasra is bi and not be. So billahi, this is wrong. Billahi, this is the right sound. Billahi. Number 6, the ya sakina in the word shaitan. Many make it with echoing like qalqala. They say minash shaytani. So this type of ya is like echoing. And the mistakes here happen because the student rushing quickly to do the letter after and move from the ya place with bouncing the ya. When I say shayy, so it's like I touch the place of ya, then moved quickly. No, to keep it like this without these mistakes, give the ya the proper timing. The ya here from rahawa. I'm repeating this, inshallah, step by step until you could memorize the name of these characteristics. Rahawa means running sound in some letters. Some letters has running sound when you pronounce them with sukoon. Other letters, tawassut, they are 5, the group of Lin Omar or Lam, Nun, Ain, Mim, Ra. And then 8 letters, they are very short and you cut off the sound completely like the Hamza, for example. So the ya here from the Rahawa. So when I say Minash Shay, you see this timing, the same when I say Bismi, the same in Sin. Sin has Rahawa, Ya has Rahawa, the Shin has Rahawa when I say Minash. So the time in sheen, sakin, in shadda, and the time in the ya must be equal. So I stay in the ya little, then I move to the letter after without leaving the ya place. Don't say shayy. So it's like I hit the place of ya and then move too quickly. Then I say the ta, shayy, tani, no. Stay in the ya, say minash shaytani. After giving this timing to the ya, move quickly to the ta without leaving the place of ya. So this to prevent the qalqala or the echoing in the ya. The makhraj of jim, not closing the articulation point of jim. We know the jim in Quran from shidda letters. This is the third type of or the opposite of rakhawa. We said some letters has running sound. This is called rakhawa. The jim from shidda. Shidda means you have to cut off the sound completely. And this happens if the middle of the tongue, you know, the jim, if this the roof of the mouth, the jim, you hit the roof like this. You have to hear that you raise your tongue up, hitting the roof, then go down. If you leave it open, like when we say raji, ji. So this running sound like J in English, this is not the jim in Arabic. The jim hit in the roof. Raji, G, G. So go up, try to practice how to hit the roof of the mouth, then go down. So rajim, and without, as we said, exaggerating in the movement of the lips. Don't say raji, rajim, jim, jim. So I started with my tongue, the middle of the tongue, hitting or closing with the roof of the mouth, then go down with the lowering of the jaw to achieve the kasra sound. rajim, jim. To know if you do the proper kasra or not, if you stretch the sound, this will give you ya mat, and you see tiny space between the teeth. If I say rajim, ji, my teeth on each other, this is wrong. This is not kasra. Kasra, or even in Arabic, they call it harakatul khafd, from khafd. Khafd means lowering. So no kasra without lowering the jaw little. And this is also from common mistake because no one do a proper movement with the harakat. So lower your jaw and say rajim, jim. The sheen sometimes minash sha, this is heavy, and even it's very common in Surah Al-Falaq and Nas when you say min sharri. Sha, this is not the right sound for the sheen from light letters. We mentioned that heavy letters khussa daghtin qidh. So the light letters, the other letters, and this include the sheen. So sheen not heavy. So it must be sha, not sha. Sha, sha, minash, and not minasha. So the heaviness of the sheen is not accepted because this is type of mistakes. Or missing the heaviness of ta or tafkhim of ta. Don't say minash shaitani. Ta or ta. All this is type of the like ta. This is in between. It's between ta and ta, but not heavy ta. So make sure you say ta. Ta is the strongest letter in the alphabet, and it's very heavy. So you say minashay, this part till this part, this is light letters. Ta, this is heavy. Minashaytanir rajim. Also missing the right articulation point of the ra. This is from common mistake, or rolling the tongue with the ra, because ra also many pronounce it like the English R. We said the English R, you roll your tongue to the back like this. So we don't say ar-rajim, ar, or bismillahir rahman. This is the wrong sound for ra. Ra in Arabic, your tongue must be straight like this, hitting the gum behind the two front teeth here. So I say an, as we said, it's very near to the noon. So to practice the rules of ra, you have to practice the noon first. Say an or al, noon and lam, they are very near. Then in the same place, try to hit for ra. Say ar. So an, al, ar. As a type of exercise, do this exercise. Pronounce the noon, pronounce the lam, then do the ra from the same place. So this helps you to keep your tongue in the same point. If you try to do it separate, you could say ar, and this is wrong. Okay, so say an, al, ar, an, al, ar. This is good exercise to practice the articulation point of ra. Also take care of the ra. The ra in rajim is heavy, and the same in basmalah. Repeating the ra, don't say ar-rajim, ar. This is not in Quran. So repeating the ra, this happened due to closing the makhraj completely. When the ra, as we said, hit behind the two front teeth, you do it like this. But the proper ra, you have to leave tiny hole in the middle. So the pressure of the letter escape from this hole, so you don't repeat it. See, arra, arra, arra. If you don't make this tiny hole in the middle and you close it, the pressure is too much. So this pressure push the tongue down. Then you try to put it back. Then you push it down. Then you try to put it back. So this happened quickly, causing the repeating. You see, arr. So to avoid this repeating on the ra, you have to practice how to make this tiny hole in the middle. Ar-ra, ar-ra. Because in Quran, we need to pronounce one ra and not repeating the ra. And of course, we discussed this one, missing the right movement of the mouth with harakat. As we said, the basic movement with harakat, fatha, open like this. Ba, ta, tha, ja, na, la, any letter. With fatha, the opening must be like this. It's not too much, it's not with exaggerating, but a proper fatha vertically. If it's dhamma, I say bu, tu, thu. So if the letter or the word contains between fatha, dhamma, kasra, sukoon, each letter has its own movement. So when I say like when I say ku, kuntum, the kaf has dhamma, the nun not, so I have to return quickly. When I say ra, this is fatha, rajim. So I open, then I lower my jaw little for the kasra. If the letter is sukoon, when I say kun, so no movement with the sukoon. You can't open, you can't circle your lips, you can't lower your jaw. So sukoon, and that's why the meaning of sukoon means a sakin without movement, because you don't do movement with your lips. And the opposite of sukoon, the harakat. So we call it harakat because we do movement with each haraka. Fatha, we open vertically. Dhamma, we circle. Kasra, we lower. Sukoon, no movement. So if you apply this with each letter when you are reading, you will perfect the word 100%. You just need to do the movement. You just need to focus on heavy and light and read it in front of mirror. If you do this, and even if it takes time with each word you're reading in Quran, the reading will become very easy after lots of practice, because you know automatically what you will do with your mouth. So this is for the Isti'athah. We finished it now. I hope also if anyone need to ask something, ask before we move to the Basmalah. Basmalah is the same rules. We will discuss maybe the also mistakes that could happen in Basmalah, and then we read both of them. So anyone to ask something before we carry on? I don't know if also there's problem with unmuting the mic, you could write it down in the chat. The chat now is working. So if anyone want to write something in the chat, we could check this, or unmute the mic and speak. So, yes?
I have a question. Could you please repeat the makhraj of the letter Ain?
The makhraj of the letter Ain from the middle of the throat. So if we imagine that the throat, I always give it this example, the throat is like building from 3 floors. So the first floor, Hamza and Ha. The Hamza and Ha near the vocal cords. Okay, so the Hamza, you cut off the sound. Remember the word yu'min. You see, you. If you do the Hamza properly, it's like you're going to die, because you cut off the sound and the air. No air and sound coming out. You. The Ain is not the same. The Ain from the middle part, the Ain and Ha. And we said the Ain has something that called tawassut. Remember this characteristic. Tawassut means it has little running, then the sound stop. And the third floor, the Ghain and Kha. Also, the makhraj of Ghain and Kha sometimes is confusing because also it's not in English. So the throat letters, it's difficult because 4 letters not in English. Hamza, sometimes it's easy, but of course, when you pronounce it with sukoon, it becomes difficult and many can't cut off the sound completely. The Ha, like the English H, like when you say ha, he, who. But these 4 letters, a little difficult and need more effort. That's it. You just need to practice more. So if you're pronouncing the Ain, we said to pronounce any letter with sukoon, it's like we put Hamza, Fatha before the letter, then you pronounce the letter. So Hamza Fatha before any second letter, because we said our vocal system can't start with sukoon. So to start with sukoon, you have to put any letter before it. So the easiest way, you put Hamza Fatha, then you pronounce the letter with sukoon to pinpoint the place of the letters. So you practice this part. You say ah. You see ah, running sound, ah, but not ah. If you don't hear this running sound, that means you don't pronounce the Ain. If you cut off the sound, you are doing Hamza. If you have little running sound, you're doing the Ain. So I say يعمل يعمل رب العالمين and not رب العالمين. This is Hamza Fatha A. So since you say A or E or O, this is Hamza sound. Ain will be A. I, U, ah, ah. So feel this running in the, and you feel the vibration here in the throat. Okay, so keep practice the Hamza Fatha with Ain Sakin and hear this running sound to practice your Ain inshallah, and by time you will be able to say. This is for the makhraj of Hamza Ha, Ain Ha, and Ghain Kha. Ghain Kha also you need to do it with Rakhawa. The Tawassut is shorter little than Rakhawa. Rakhawa is longer. When you say Bismi, you see this running sound in the scene? The same happened if you do the Kha Sakin or Ghain. When we say in Fatiha, also when we read the Fatiha, we say Ghayril Magh, Magh. So this running sound is really important. This is from characteristic of Ghain. So don't cut it and say mag, mag. Also, this is from mistakes that the people pronounce the ghain from the roof of the mouth like G, and they close the makhraj. No, the ghain has rakhaw, ma, or akh, yakhluqu, yakh. So both kha and ghain has running sound, and that's we call it rakhawa, rakhawa timing. And the ain has also little running sound, but shorter than them. The ha also from Rakhawa, when we say yahmilu or ar-Rahman, you see this running sound in the ha, so this also due to Rakhawa. Ahli, the ha from Rakhawa. So if we classify this group or these letters, the Hamza is the shortest one. The Hamza from Shidda means you cut off the sound completely if you do it with Sukun. The makhraj closed completely. But the ha, ghain and kha, all of them has rakhawa, means lots of running in the sound because the articulation point not closed. The ain also not closed but little shorter than them. When I say yakhluku, it's longer than ya'mal, ya'mal. So the ain here has running sound but shorter than kha. And inshallah, if it's this part confusing, we will do it later inshallah. So this is for the makhraj of ayn. We discussed the rules in Isti'athah. I hope inshallah now everything is okay and we will read it also together. Plus the Basmalah. The Basmalah, the same rules. The ending ends with the mad arid lil-sukun that we discussed today. When we stop, as you see, the original sign is mim kasra. So due to stopping, the sukun will come. If the sukun comes, the sukun changed the previous mad into arid lil-sukun. Before stopping or waslan, it's ya mad tabi'i, the natural one, mad tabi'i. But because of the stopping, the stopping or the sukun changed the ya into arid lil-sukun jaiz. This is the name as we said, and this is the timing of this type of mad. Memorize the timing because each type of mad will has different timing. So from the beginning, when you memorize this, then we start a new type of mad, you won't get confused. So always remember that the mad arid, اثنان أو أربع أو ست حركات means 2, 4, or 6. This is the lengthening of the mad, and we choose the 4. So you stop here with sukun. We said mim sakina عند الوقف. The mim here, the name of the letter. This is letter mim. Sakina means it becomes sakin without any haraka. It's not kasra anymore. عند الوقف, as we said, waqfan or waqf means stopping. So memorize these terminology. So this mim becomes sakin عند الوقف, and due to this sukun, the ya become mad عارض للسكون جائز 2 أو 4 أو 6 حركات. To practice this, you will find many videos. I do the spelling of the whole surah. Try to repeat it. Even if you make pause, then you repeat again. I want you to memorize the rules through the spelling and feel each letter separately. This will make your ear accurate and feel the letters individually without the whole word. The whole word, you'll never recognize where is the mistake. So this is the mad arid, like in either. Bismi, we make sure also to do the proper kasra. We don't say be, it's a bi, bismillahi. The rules in the word Allah here, we discussed the tafkhim and tarqiq. So the lam in the word Allah is light here or tarqiq because the previous is mim kasra. So due to this kasra, we don't say bismillahi. It's la. Keep it light. Bismillahi. And open vertically, as we said. Don't say Bismillahi. This is imala. Or Bismillahi. This is tafkhim. So keep it la. Bismillahi. So I say bi, me, not me. he like he in English. Bismillahir-Ra. Hamzat al-Wasl will be dropped. We discussed the rules of Hamzat al-Wasl. Hamzat al-Wasl in the middle, we don't read it. So you join the ha with the ra, because also this is lam shamsiyya. So you go direct from ha kasra into ra. Here ra, he, proper kasra, light sound, tarqiq. Then the ra has tafqeen. So I say here ra, and as we said, we don't say ar. Here ra, the ra is heavy with tafqim, and shadda, shadda means a two ra. The first ra is tawassut, means a running sound. Running sound like ayn. We have tawassut, little running, and rakhawa longer than the tawassut. So the ra sakin here has running sound like the ayn. Don't say bismillah here ra. This is also from mistakes in qira'ah or in the ra shadda. Ra shadda means ra sakin, ra fatha. The ra sakin has timing. So the timing in the ra has little running like ayn. When I say ya, this running, it's the same when I say here ra, here ra. But if I cut the sound, it will become here ra, here. You cut it like Hamza. So this is not right. So the ra, when we analyze the letters, the ra shadda fatha means ra sakin with tawassut or little running sound. Then ra fatha, and both of the ra are heavy. Don't say the ra sakin here and the previous is kasra. So we apply the rules of ra and we do the ra light because it's a second preceded by kasra. We don't do this if the ra has shadda. The shadda prevent many characteristics. The shadda is like the pregnant woman. It's like two, but they still in one person. So you deal it as one. So the ra shadda fatha means ra sakin and ra fatha both will be heavy. Then rah from rakhawa, so it has running sound. Rahmani, also proper kasra. Don't say ne, ni. Then you join the nun kasra with the ra shadda with tafkhim again. And the ra sakin has tawassut, means a running sound. So you say nir-ra, nir-rahim. You see the lowering? Rahim. So now I will repeat the whole basmala. I think if you could open the mic even and repeat it with me to repeat the whole basmala. So I say أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. Will you repeat it?
أعوذ بالله
بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
أعوذ بالله
Rajim,
من
not heavy. Something
الشيطان
I hear, not heavy ra.
الرجيم.
And au, this is Hamza. We said we don't say
We do
au,
one,
we
one,
say
one by one
au.
instead of doing all together. Just do one
Yeah,
person at a time.
try to do it together. Let's start together. We'll say it again and say au, not u.
Okay.
Start together. أعوذ
أعوذ
بالله.
بالله
بالله
من
من
الشيطان
الشيطان الرجيم.
الرجيم.
Yeah, Jim, this good. You include the makhraj. She need to be lighter little. Minash, as we said, no, don't say minash. Minash, lighter. Minash shaytanir rajim.
الشيطان
And don't say
أعوذ
ta. Ta,
بالله من الشيطان
من
الرجيم.
الشيطان الرجيم.
good.
I think it's better to do it one person at a time. It's not necessarily for everybody to do it, but those who are interested, who wanted to do it, they can do it one by one. You can understand it and you can recognize the mistake better. Let's start with the person, iPhone 2. There's a person.
Let me say the basmala first so he could say both of them.
Okay.
So Bismillah, we make sure that we have here, as we said, practice your brain to analyze. So we have ba kasra, mim kasra, ha kasra, nun kasra. So all this kasra, I wanted the proper kasra. We say bi, bismi, bismillahi, as we said, open vertically. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Make sure you do the letter running in the ra sakin, the tafkhim of the ra, and also rakhawa in the ha sakin. So anyone, so could you start?
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Rahim, this is ha, not ha. And do the ra heavier little. And the kasra, don't say be, start with b. Bismillahir الرحمن الرحيم.
بسم الله الرحمن
The
الرحيم.
meme also need to be like, don't say ma, rahma. I want you to focus on the mistakes. We could learn from the mistakes. So we say rahma, ma is heavy meme. I need to say ma, rahmani, and not rahmani. So could you do it lighter little?
بسم الله الرحمن
Ma,
الرحيم.
say ma, say
ما
ma.
ما
Say
ما
rahmani.
رحماني
Still need to be lighter.
رحماني
Rahmani, ma.
رحماني.
Yeah, this one better. Yes.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
ما نير رحيم انفصل الكسرة. نير رحيم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Yes, and him need to be he, not he. He will be like the English H. He. I need he. Him. Okay, so you practice this.
الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Could you say استعاذة?
Okay. أعوذ بالله أعوذ بالله
Try to say عو, not أو. أعو. أعو.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
Also نر رجيم hear the noon. Is it ني من الشيطان الرجيم الرجيم.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
Yes. So hear each letter separately. If you say nir, this is ne. Ni, like knee, your knees. So say nir rajim.
الرجيم.
Yes, good. So what's your name?
مريم.
Mariam?
Yeah.
So Mariam was reading, not the iPhone 2? Okay. Who's iPhone 2? You didn't. Okay, who want to read? I won't force anyone. So anyone want to read? We have
Yes. Rashida.
okay. Let's start it. So start with استعاذة first.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
Good.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Good, mashallah. I think you studied before. Is it right? Someone read like this and means at least has background about rules.
Ustaza, I did.
Are you Deepa?
Yes.
How are you?
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum
Alhamdulillah.
salam.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, alhamdulillah. And you too, alhamdulillah. Okay, I hope your reading now is good. Let's start استعاذة and Basmalah, inshallah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
Good, but the rajim need to be heavier. MashaAllah, the rest is
Okay.
good now. The ayn, your
Yes.
ayn become good, mashallah. So say rajim, ra, full mouth.
Nirrajim.
Not ne, nir rajim.
Nirrajim.
Still ra, not like ra. Remember the monsters in the cartoon, ra.
Yes. Nirrajim.
Still ra, where's the difference? I need heavier, ra.
Okay. Nirrajim.
Yeah, this one better, yes. So always focus on the tafkhim of ra. Say basmala.
Yes. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Both ra still need to be heavier. Rahman, Rahim, ra. I need ra. Remember, I want to make a fearful sound. Ra.
Okay. My tongue become fold. I don't know why.
You need to make the direction also to the roof. Don't push out. When I say ra, it's like I pushing the sound out, ra, but I need to push to the roof. Ra. Yes. Yeah, this one good. So say it like this in Basmala. Rajim.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Yeah, this one better. Yes. Okay, we have Omar. Is it right? Could you raise your hand? So could you read?
Assalamu alaikum.
عليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Good, mashallah. Nir Rajim, just most of you say Nir Rajim. So inshallah with time you will feel it. I know now it's difficult. So Ne is the not kasra. So I needed to say Ni. Nir Rajim. Ni.
Nir Rajim.
Yes, yes. And the same with Basmalah, the Itmamul Kasr. This mistake is called Itmamul Kasr. Most people say the kasra, but not a complete kasra. That's cool. We said it's not Itmam. But Itmam means to say Ni, Bi, Bismi, and not Bismi. Bismi is Be. So Be is not a proper kasra. Okay. وإياكم. Anyone else want to read? Yes, okay. What's your name? Because I can't see. Rokshan? Shana?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Okay.
Billahi minash shaitanir rajim.
Rajim, not say not G. G. Rajim. Say it again. And try to get rid of the nasal sound in the letters. Not a'u. We said if we practice how to get rid of the ghunna, we block our nose. So when I say a'udhu, if it's nasal, it will be like this. A'udhu, rajim. So this is nasal. And the ghunna not in any part in the whole isti'athah. So we need to get rid of the ghunna from whole isti'athah. So say the whole isti'athah again with clear sound.
A'udhu.
Not zoo. You are the one who says zoo. Touch here. Say zoo.
Zoo.
Yes.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim.
Shaitanir rajim. When you move from noon kasra, let's put the isti'athah here, the noon you join it with ra shadda. So nir rajim, there is no shadda now. It's like you only pronounce ra fatha. So give time to the ra sakin. Nir ra, two ra. So say it again and emphasize the first ra.
Nir rajim.
Yes. So minash shaitanir rajim.
Shaitanir rajim.
Nir, stay little on the ra sakin. Minash shaitanir ra. As we said, this is called tawassut.
Minash shaitanir rajim.
Yes. Say the basmalah, the same.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
To do the same with the both ra in Rahmanir Rahim. Bismillahir ra, the first ra. You need to do two ra. So this ra has this word has two ra. This word also two ra. So you say here ra, here ra, two ra. Say it.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Yes, this one better. So make sure you do the timing of the first ra, the second one. Give it little timing. We call it tawassut. Memorize it. The tawassut letters, the ulama put it in the word lin umar, means lam, noon, ayn, mim, ra. These 5 letters are tawassut, means it has little running, then the sound stop. Anyone else want to read?
Alif between the ra and the him. She added alif there if she can say it again.
She stretched letters. She stretched the ra fatha.
Yeah. She says
some mistakes we ignore it because we focus on other mistakes because you can't correct everything at the same time.
Okay.
But by time and when we repeat together, you gain this talent that you could differentiate. Yeah, I did this wrong. No, I have to stretch it longer. So we can't discuss all the mistakes at the same time. So we focus on something. So the ra, of course, and the tawassut of ra is more important, and the tafkhim. So we focus on this. Other mistakes we leave it for now.
I learned something. I learned something new now.
Because if we focus on every mistake, so that means everyone read, we could read forever,
Yeah.
and we keep repeating.
That's
So
right.
the itmam al-kasr is not yet. So some mistakes, I know the students sometimes worried, but some mistakes happen and you correct it by time and repeating. So no way. I have a student that they think that they can't read, for example, Surah Al-Ikhlas or Al-Falaq. So we can't keep repeating this surah forever, and each class will repeat this surah. No, we go through the whole juz, we go through reading, and by reading, his reading will become perfect and better. So when we revise them again, of course, he will feel the mistakes that he didn't feel before. So the first level of mistakes, we keep reading, and the student think that, mashallah, his reading is really perfect. After we finish juz or two and we revised again, he find more mistakes. So he think, why the mistakes increasing? It's supposed to be better. No, the mistakes is not increasing, but his ear become more accurate and he could feel the fine mistakes that he didn't feel before. So even the mistakes, there is levels for mistakes. Some mistakes you could feel it at the beginning and the basic mistakes. After a while, you started to feel other mistakes that you don't hear it before. So if I said these mistakes now, it's like this is the level number 2 in mistakes. You said, no, I said it. So if I keep saying, you won't feel it. You said, no, I said it right. I didn't say this. So we leave these mistakes later until your ear become more accurate. You will feel it. Okay. So anyone else? Because I think we supposed to finish. So anyone else want to read before we finish? Last one. Yeah, I know some always ask about the classes. Is it mixed? Is it they are worried or shy to read, but no like حياء في العلم. And even if you know the Ayman Swaid and his program in the Iqra channel, he also explained the rules and he read the page from the Quran, and the people from around the world called him. These people, they are women, they are men. It's okay, and they read without any shyness. So if you are shy, you will never learn. And there is no problem in reading because it's already occurred in many competition. Some people said the woman can't read in front of anyone. How? And how the women read in the competition and they win and the sheikh listen to them. So it's not awra, it's not haram. So لا حياء في العلم. Okay. So inshallah, I hope for next everyone.
She was a woman teacher, right? She taught
Yes,
Sahaba. Huh?
Yeah. We always said
Aisha
this.
radiallahu anha, she reported a lot of hadiths from the
Yes. I don't know. Some follow. I know these days it's difficult. Some sheikh say haram, some sheikh say halal. So some people don't know how to follow. But as you see in front of you, it's not like before now. Sayyidah Aisha teach most of the companion. The same time, the famous program for Ayman Swaid, the whole people from around the world, mashallah, they are women and girls, and everyone could read. And in the competition, you could hear and you find many qari and many women in the YouTube, they are reciting Quran. So this is normal. I think this is the end of the class. It's already even 10 minutes more. So inshallah, I think next we could carry on and we start the Fatiha itself. Inshallah, try to study the previous rules because it's really important. Repeat it and watch the recorded video even or other video to memorize these rules. So later we will be easy and we apply all this inshallah in reading. So I hope you get benefits from this class until we meet again, inshallah, next week. So you want to say anything, brother? Brother Muhammad?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes.
Okay.
Walaikum assalam.
Please, I want to remind you when we started this class, although we didn't make it clear on the flyer that when we advertised this, but I said it during the first class that this is a trial version we're doing, and our intention is to do it for the first 8 weeks. And so far, this is the 4th week. So that means we're already halfway. And you could see in this halfway, we only managed to finish Ta'weed, A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitanir Rajeem, and Basmalah, Bismillah Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. We did not even start Surah Al-Fatiha yet. Do you think we can finish the entire Surah Al-Fatiha in the next 4 weeks? I'm not sure. I don't think so.
Inshallah, we try. Now we try because the base also takes time to make all the rules. As you see, the same maddi here, the same rules we discussed it before. So later on, inshallah, we will go with more speed or the rate will be faster, inshallah.
Inshallah, but why am I making this comment right now, or why am I bringing this reminder? Is to urge you, every one of you, do whatever you can. If you know you are benefiting from this class, try to bring at least one more participant. Our goal is to reach as many people as possible. Yes, even if we have only one participant, one student, we'll still operate, we'll still run. We're not going to feel discouraged, but of course, it encourages us to see more people. In the first class, we had about 36, if I'm not mistaken, for sure over 30 participants. I can't remember the number exactly, between 34 and 36, but unfortunately, the number keeps decreasing instead of increasing. So what we can each all do right now, as of now, I can see like we have 12 participants. If you take myself and the sister, I would only have 10 of you. 10. So those 10, if each one of you would bring one more person, that would give us what? 20 people. And once we have 20 people, we're going to broadcast the same request. Each of the 20 people bring one more person. Then we're going to have 40 people. So like that. And the more the number, the more the benefit, inshallah. We'll continue to be patient to keep running within those 4 weeks after, inshallah. And the goal of this is to finish the 4 surahs. Is it 4 or 8 surahs you intended to finish?
The surah that cover the rules, and my goal, or I hope that I could do this with the whole Quran.
The target now is to complete 8 surahs that cover most of the Tajweed rules. But of course, after that, there's a lot more to learn, and we could also go back and we have a chance to, we're creating more classes with more specifications. But if we are not seeing the number increasing, it's very hard to make those decisions. So please do your best to spread the message, bring more people, inshallah, to watch, and then, inshallah, we can see what we can do to improve. So this is just my request as of now. Of course, we do whatever we can to spread the message also. We already tried, but we'll continue to do so. But we need your also assistance in that. So spread the message every week. The minimum you can do, take the same flyer, put it on your status, and send it to other people. And mouse talk and sharing, things like that. Every Friday, that's what I do myself. Every Friday, I put it on my status. I say, hey, this is just a reminder for our weekly, because if you send the reminder earlier, 2-3 days before the Friday, people will forget. Nowadays, everybody is busy. But if you send the reminder on Friday, hopefully, inshallah, that would alert somebody in case they forget. They say, oh, mashallah, next week, tomorrow there's a class. Then they will prepare themselves. They'll get themselves together. Then, inshallah, they will follow it. So this is all I have right now, inshallah. With that, I would like to say Jazaakumullahu khair for attending. And sister, thank you very much for your great and hard work. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you and accept from you. And anything we have done right, may Allah accept from all of us. Anything wrong, may Allah forgive us all. Jazaakumullahu khair. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. But it's like somebody wants to say something.
Yeah, someone want to say something?
Yes, me. I just want to mention that I don't know, for some reason people are scared of Tajweed. If they heard like Tajweed, they all already have that fear in their mind that Tajweed is not easy. So I think it will be very beneficial and helpful if we be patient and we're trying to get some more people. But I want you to understand that people are really scared of Tajweed. I don't know why.
You did explain to them how it's for me, subhanallah, when I first time learned the rules, it was shocking to me that it's really complicated. It's a Chinese language. I don't understand anything, but I love it. I find it interested. And as you see, each time you learn something, you start to feel that the page of the Quran is really easy. It's easy. I could do it. I could know and understand now how I merge this, how I do this letter heavy. So it's interested, and you could, I think, pass this feeling to the other people, or even make them watch the videos to understand that it's easy, and we do it step by step. As we see, we don't go through all the rules quickly, so they will perfect this. They could watch it during the week and prepare themselves to learn something. It's only an hour. You make it for Allah's sake.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
So this for you, you will get benefits, and for me, that I wish that I could spread this ilm to many people as I could
Yeah,
before
yeah,
I
but
passed away or something.
yes, I'm trying to say like it's not they don't like it, but they have a fear of the rules. They think that it's very complicated. So
Tell them
like
it's very interesting. It's
yes,
really interesting, and at the same time,
but
if they fear to read, no one will force them to read. So at least
yeah,
they could listen. So you could tell them or persuade
yes,
them to
yes,
come and listen.
and wallah is beneficial because it's free. You can pay more than what you think, but if you you have it free and it's 1 hour is something, but people I don't know.
okay,
Allah
Assalamu alaikum.
musta'an.
Mhm.
Allah musta'an.
Yeah, it's time anybody wants to drop the you can drop, but I just want to make this quickly. Sister, you bring a very good point, but again, if everybody feel like Tajweed is hard, and because of that feeling it's hard, they're scared of it. If you're scared, then you always have this feeling it's scared. You never learn it. But yes, it's hard, but if you really want to learn it, you keep coming little by little until it become easy. So that's the only way to make hard things easy, by practice over and over. No matter how long it takes, inshallah, it will be easy one day. But if you always feel it's hard, you will never learn it. And that's just from shaitan. So this is just what I want to add to that.
Okay, see you next week,
Barakallah,
inshallah.
thank you so much. I'll see you
Assalamu alaikum wa
next week,
rahmatullahi wa
inshallah.
barakatuh.
Until then, enjoy, have a good weekend. I mean, good week.
Very good.
Thank you.